Hello, BookTube. Welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and it's time for Friday Reads. I am super excited to be back doing Friday Reads videos starting now in the month of October. I kind of took a break from doing a lot of my regular stuff over the summer, but I was working on a lot of different bookish projects, and so it kind of took me the month of September to get caught up on all the wrap-ups for those things. And so now I've finished my September wrap-up. I got that done, and it's still Thursday, but I'm in the mood to go ahead and get this filmed. I finished a book today, and I'm not going to finish anything else before tomorrow, which is Friday, so I thought I'd go ahead and film this today on Thursday, and it'll be uploaded on Friday. And I want to just tell you what I finished so far this month, this week, and what I'm currently reading. So let's get started. Now, the two books I finished are both mysteries. I read mostly romance last month, so I'm kicking off the month now with some mysteries. I listened to Betrayal of Trust by J.A. Jance. This so far, I think this is my favorite J.P. Beaumont mystery so far. It was a really interesting mystery, and I really like Beau's wife now. He got married a couple books ago, or a few books ago, and she's great. We also got to finally find out about Beau's father and his family. If you've read any of these books before, then you may recall that Beau's mother raised him. She got pregnant. I think she was engaged, but her fiance was killed in an accident, and so he never knew his father's name even. For some reason, his mother didn't tell him. She might have not even known it. I don't know. I feel like they were, they had a pretty serious relationship. It wasn't like a one-night stand or anything, but for whatever reason, he never knew who his father was. And then his mother died, I think, when he was a young adult. And so he's been on his own for, all these years. He's like in his 40s now, I think, late 40s. And we finally get to find out about his father, and that's awesome. I was so excited. I was so curious to know about his father's family, so that was great. I just really enjoyed this book. I listened to it on audio. Normally, for the first 17 or 18 books in this series, they've been narrated by Gene Engany, and he did not narrate this one, but I still really enjoyed the narrator, even though it was someone I wasn't used to. I think he narrated half of the previous book. It was a mashup with the Joanna Brady series, so there were two narrators. And I seem to recall that it was the same guy that narrated this one. So, sometimes it's hard getting used to a different narrator when you've had the same one for so long. But that this one was a good transition, so I enjoyed that. Then, just today, I finished The Cat, the Quilt, and the Corpse by Leanne Sweeney. I listened to this because this is our pick for this quarter for the Book One Cozies Club that is hosted by Di, and we have a discussion thread for Book One Cozies Club on our Mystery Madness Goodreads group. So I hope you will check that out. This was really fun, and I have to say, this is a true cat lover's book. Now, cats are prevalent in a lot of cozy mysteries, but this one is very cattish, very, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I enjoyed the mystery. I enjoyed the cats of it all, and I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. I listened to it on Audible. I went ahead and bought it. I had a couple of Audible credits, and I just decided to go ahead and buy it. And now I can listen to it again because now I own it on Audible. So that was fun. A few books that I started in September that I haven't finished yet. One on purpose, Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. I divided this into 8 parts. We're doing a read-along of this. This is a very easy book to read, but it's heartbreaking, a lot of it. But Laura from Mom to Triplets 04 called it unputdownable, and Colleen from Books in Every Room, I think she said she's already finished it. She wrote a message the other day on the group and said, "I'm sorry, I just couldn't put it down. I had to finish it." And so that's awesome. I'm about half done with it, and it is very good. Also, I'm reading Cape Light. This is by Thomas Kincaid and Catherine Spencer, and I also just made a note on our Goodreads group about this too. I think I'm going to not try to do this whole series right now, the first 4 between now and Christmas. My original goal had been to read the first 4 and then be able to start on the Christmas books this year in Christmas of 2018. But I don't have access to these on audio. In fact, I don't even think they've been recorded on audio. There's no evidence of it on Goodreads. And I have so many other things that I've got to get read in print that I just don't think I can get this one read. And I want to not rush through it. I'm about 6 chapters in, 5 or 6 chapters in on this one, really enjoying it, but I don't want to have to rush, and I think I wouldn't enjoy it as much if I can't just savor them. So I'm going to go ahead and slow down a little bit and make each book go for like 3 months. So we started this in September, but I'm going to go ahead and just say you have between now and the end of December, if you want to join in with the series and read this book, you've still got another full 3 months to read this one, because I'm not going to start the second one, which is called Home Safe. Is that home? Yeah. Does that sound right? Anyway, yeah. The second book, I'm not going to start it until January 1st. And I'm going to give us 3 months to read it. Not that it will take us 3 months, but, you know, with different readathons and different challenges and stuff, you know, everybody's got different goals and different time frames and different schedules that they're trying to you know, work out. And I know I want to do nonfiction November, and then I want to read Christmas books in December, and it's October already. I can't get 4 of these read in October. I just can't, I'm sure. So I'm going to get this one done, and then I'm not going to try to pick another one up until January. So January, February, March will be for book 2, and then April, May, June will be for book 3. June, July, August will be for book 4. And then from then on, all the rest of the books in the series are Christmas-themed books. So we'll have October, November, December to read as many Christmas books as we want. I would like to read maybe at least 3. And then every Christmas after that, we'll come back and revisit the series. And I hope you'll join me. I think by slowing down on this one a little bit, maybe more of you will feel like you could have time to come in and join me on this one. I think you know, bit off a little more than I could chew for September, and you know, threw too many things out there, but it's because I really wanted to read all those things, and I still do, but I think this will be a little bit better to do. The other book I'm reading right now in print is A Great Deliverance by Elizabeth George, the first book in the Lindley, Detective Lindley, or Inspector Lindley series, and I've read I've listened to an abridged audio version of this before, and now I'm reading the whole thing for our mystery book club. I started it yesterday, and I need to read 40 pages a day to get it read by my mystery book club, which is next Thursday. So I'm on track for that. I'm already a little ahead. I have read a little farther past my stopping point for today. So as long as I stay ahead of the game, then I'll have no trouble getting this done. I am really enjoying it. This is a really compelling book, and since I have listened to it before, I kind of know the important points, and so it's making a lot more sense this time, and I like that I know how it all comes out, because now as I'm getting ready for book club, I can sort of analyze it a little better and be able to bring up, I think, some better discussion points. On audio, I started yesterday or day before, I started City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. This is book 6 in the Mortal Instruments series. I'm really enjoying this. I think I'm enjoying this one better than some of the earlier books in the Mortal Instruments. So I'm listening to that in my car. I'm just on the second CD. And then I put this in my CD player in my house today, but then I went about doing other things and I wasn't paying attention, so I'm going to start over. This is The Apple Orchard by Susan Wiggs. I did start some discussion threads. I'm going to be budding reading this with Sarah from Not Just Romance Novels, and we've invited anyone who wants to join in with us. So on my Goodreads group, Lizziefaye's Comfy Corner, I have started discussion threads. But so far I just have one that says who's joining in, and then another one for the book. I think I'm going to go ahead and divide it out into maybe 4 sections. It's a little over 400 pages, so I'm going to go through the book and find some good stopping places at around, you know, the 100, 200, 300 mark. And we're not going to really have a reading schedule. I'm just going to divide it up into about 4 parts so that when you finish each section, you can come on and discuss that without having to worry about, you know, spoiling the whole book for anybody. And I think that will work out well to do that. And let me know down in the comments if you would like to join in on that. So I did a video the other day and I showed you some recent library checkouts, and I forgot a couple of them. I got these on interlibrary loan. They came from libraries outside of my county. These are books that are by Geraldine Dawson, who is also Emily March, and these are the books 2 and 3 in the Callahan Brothers series, or otherwise known as Brazos Bend, which is kind of the prequel series to the Eternity Spring series by Emily March. So I listened to the first one on audio. On Audible, they have the new versions, which say they're by Emily March, and they're labeled Matt, Luke, and Mark. Matt, Mark, and Luke. Only I think Luke is the first one. Luke, Matt, and Mark. So I've listened to Luke. It's on the Audible Romance package. The other two were not on the Audible Romance package, so I asked my librarian, the one that's in charge of interlibrary loan, if he would try to find these older versions for me, and he did. So Never Say Never is book 2, which I believe in the new version is Matt, and then Always Look Twice is book 3, and in the new version it's titled Mark. And then there's a 3.5 book called The Callahan Carol, which I think is a Christmas-themed novella, and it is a segue into the Eternity Spring series, according to what I've read. So I'm excited about that. I want to get these read, and then The Callahan Carol will get read at Christmas, and then in January I can start Eternity Springs, which I have collected all of, and I'm excited about reading them. A lot of those are on Hoopla and on the Audible Romance package, so I'll be able to listen to quite a few of those. My husband checked out this library book, and he was done with it, and he recommended that I take a look at it because I've been really trying hard to get back into better eating habits and all that. It's called Fit for Life. I think it's an older book by Harvey and Marilyn Diamond, and he said, you know, it's not really a diet, it's just, you know, encouraging you to change your lifestyle, and I think it's going to be great. I don't know if I'll read it cover to cover, but I told him I would take a look at it before we take it back to the library, and it might be something I want to hold on to for Nonfiction November, or I might just go ahead and read it now. I don't know. Or I might see if I can get it on audio. Wouldn't that be good? One thing I checked out on audio that's on the Audible Romance package is Emma by Jane Austen. So I picked up the print copy at my library yesterday. I've been curious about Emma for a long time, especially after I found out that the movie Clueless is an Emma retelling. And so I have been wanting to read it, and I saw that it was on the Romance package. So I got it. I checked it out, and I'm looking forward to that. On my Kindle, I have something that I started in September, and I got maybe 10 or 15% in, and I'd like to finish that this month. It's called Winter Morning by Janice J. Richardson. This is book 2 in the Spencer Funeral Home Cozy Mystery series. It takes place in a funeral home, so that's kind of an interesting setting right there. And I really enjoyed the first one. It was called Casket Cash, and I've been looking forward to this one. So that's about it. That's what I am reading right now, what I finished this week, and if I start anything else between now and next Friday, I'll tell you about it next Friday. So that's all for this video. I hope you are having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.